Heyo, Omnidogs and Omnikittens. It's Omnidog here with an overview, short review, and a surprise reading order for Secret Six from DC Comics by Gail Simone and some great artists that we're going to be checking out. And when I say reading order, thanks to the uncanny Omar from Very Fine Condition, he pointed out that there is a mapping problem. DC was kind enough to put in a Birds of Prey Secret Six crossover that is in Birds of Prey. These two were Secret Six and Birds of Prey were being published at the same time by Gail Simone. But it's out of order. The Birds of Prey book should be after the Secret Six mini series, and I've got bookmarks in here to help with that, and it'll be in the description down below. I'll have it there, so make sure you don't get anything spoiled. And it's a good thing Omar pointed it out, because all I've ever read are the trades, and that Birds of Prey story isn't in the trades, and I haven't gotten up to that part in Birds of Prey yet. So here is one of the versions of Secret Six, and I'm going to get into part of why that is so great. So here's the cool spine. You get nice back cover. It's $125, or you could go to Organic Price Books and get it cheaper. $2 off with code Omnidog, and 5% off shipping 4 more books together with code Omnidog. Sit. Okay. So let's check out what this looks like. And DC did us another solid. Usually it's just a boring black board in there, but this is a really nicely done book that you get to see once you pull the dust jacket off. And you'll see that it says Volume 1. There should be a second volume. This book contains the first 2 trades plus a story from the first story from Volume 3. There were 4 from this run, then there were 2 from the New 52 era, which should be in the next Omnibus. And it's really great that DC put this out, because Secret Six is like Birds of Prey, but Secret is sort of is beloved, but kind of a little bit not under the radar. It's not, it's not Superman or Batman, but it's kind of maybe second tier, B list. First of all, these are like Z list characters in here. And Gail Simone just writes these so well. But let's get to where the reading order happens. And let me show you. Did I already show you the spine? I think I did. I don't think I did. Let's show you. Now, this book was very tight. It's fine now, but it was really tight. And it took me probably 3 relaxing the spine procedures to get it done, and eventually I just opened it to the middle of the book and let it lay out flat to relax the spine even more, because this book was really tight. But it's fine now, and the binding looks solid. This is nice. Right here we've got a nice table of contents, beautiful. Secret Six comes out of Infinite Crisis, and that whole chunk, Villains United, is the first big chunk here, like this. That's in the Infinite Crisis Omnibus. So then they put out a miniseries, and it did so well that they put out a few. They just continued it. And what I love about this, and here's a nice Born to Fail. These are really Z-list characters that Gail Simone makes you care about. Not these guys, makes you care about, and no one's safe. The ground is constantly shifting under these characters' feet, and therefore under the reader's feet. You really don't know what to expect. Anything can happen to anybody, and the stories are really exciting because of it. And what the problem is with the mapping is that this is the Villains United stuff, and this will be in the description. I'll have it all written down. You can check it out. When you get to this image, this is Birds of Prey. Do not read this. It contains a major spoiler if you do. This is, you go to page 341, and this is the Secret Six miniseries. And you read that, and it stops at 487 of Secret Six. So when you hit this image, then you go back and you can read this, and then you will understand. You go back and read this, then go on there. Did I explain that right? One more time. You read the first chunk, and I'm going to show the pics in a sec. When you get to this image on page 195, this is Birds of Prey. If I said anything else, it was wrong. The reading order is after Villains United, you go to page 341, and they are well marked because they are page numbered here. You go to Secret Six after Villains United. Once you're done with that, bookmark it. Then you go back and read Birds of Prey on page 195. Otherwise, it's out of order. You'll get spoiled, and it would ruin it, I think, because it's a major plot point that informs the rest of the book. So I'm going to see if I can not show any spoilers, but I think a lot of people are going into this blind, maybe, that they've heard it's great and now they have a chance to read it. And I 100% give this A+, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up, would recommend. Secret Six is born out of, as I said, Infinite Crisis, where the major villains are putting together an kind of an anti-justice society, and they want it's a supervillain society, and the guys who say no to that end up being in the Secret Six, organized by this person, Mockingbird. This is the first iteration of the Secret Six. And as you can see, the art is really good. It is the first part, let's see, because Nicola Scott's got some early art in here, and it is just great. Oh, they don't give the credits here. Dale Eaglesham and Brad Walker and Nicola Scott are the main artists. So that's what happens is the society, Catman is the first person to say no. Now this is why this book's great, is because Catman is such a Z-list character, but he went to the jungle and he got shredded. He's very serious. He can track. He's the best tracker on Earth, and he ends up in the Secret Six along with these other crazies. We've got Deadshot, Catman, there's Ragdoll. The Bane eventually shows up, Scandal Savage, and this is Jade. But that's what I love about it. It's a consistent chaotic lineup because actions have consequences. And Deadshot's easily the most. I mean, who had ever even heard of Catman before? Maybe some Green Arrow story. And Deadshot's, the most famous. And so here we are checking out the art. And this is a meeting of the Society, Luther, Black Adam, Deathstroke, Dr. Psycho. And the Secret Six are basically mercenaries. Are they the good guys? Are they the bad guys? It doesn't really matter. It all makes sense because it's such beautiful chaos that Gail Simone writes that you're actually rooting for them all the time, even when this book is brutal. I will warn you, this book is very brutal. There are killings regularly that are shown, plenty of blood, plenty of cut off fingers and things, and people just get beaten up like crazy. And it's just like a slasher of a comic, slasher flick of a comic almost. But I think that's the beauty of it, is that I think Gail Simone got away with it, and so with the artist, that she just did what she wanted with these crazy Z-list characters, and DC published it, and it's just so fun. It's so unexpected. It takes so many different turns that you really don't know what's going on. You don't know what to expect. You know what's going on, but you don't know what to expect. These are the bad guys, and who are sort of anti-heroes are up against in the Villains United thing. And by thing, I mean series. So I'm going to not show the Birds of Prey stuff because I don't want anybody to... And I'm also not going to show first... Let's see, we'll go into here. We'll go into this. So the story, and this is Scandal Savage's lover. She is from Darkseid. Sorry, not Darkseid. She's from Apocalypse. And she is Scandal Savage's lover. There's Catman. Yeah, I think this is all okay to show. So you get an idea of how good and how good this art really is. Mad Hatter's in it on their side. At one point, Harley Quinn's a member of the Secret Six. And there's Ragdoll. Let's see, I don't... Yeah, this is okay. And so this is where you pick it up. We pick it up again, and this is Kay from Apocalypse. She's in the Secret Six. So then you get one of the most twisted villains I've ever encountered. This is their gang, and this is what's great. Deadshot and Catman are in a liquor store when there's a holdup, and they just keep the conversation going as they take down the punks, and it's just, it's great art with great story that really gives you a flavor of these guys, how casual they are. Now, these Deadshot and Catman are constants through the whole book. Are they friends? No. Are they enemies? Can they count on each other? You're going to have to read to find out. Let's see. I don't... Okay, here we go. I can show this okay. As you can see at this point, the team has changed again. Right here, they end up going to Vegas. And this is Jeanette, who ends up being on the team. She owns the hotel where they're all meeting. She's a great character. She's quite old. Here we have Jeanette's story here. And she has a bit of a crush on Deadshot. And here's, okay, at this point, Bane is part of the Secret Six. And it's just a wonderfully written, epically surprising, gorily violent, surprisingly you care about the characters, because these are not, I mean, this is Bane, he's off Venom, but he's trying to, he's actually like a gentleman throughout this. And here's Ragdoll, who is just the craziest character. The Secret Six are hired guns, but a lot of times they end up, now this is a really cool dynamic cover with Jeanette and Bane in this. I know this looks like Laura, but that from X-23, but this is Scandal Savage. Bane is off the juice and is actually a surprising gentleman, and sort of has a father-daughter, adopted daughter type relationship with Scandal Savage, because Vandal Savage is her father, who's immortal, and he's a big pain in the neck in this book, to her especially, and Bane kind of takes her under his wing to try and protect her, which I never thought I'd see a book where I was rooting for Bane. He's actually kind of sweet, you know, in his own way. And we do get an appearance of Wonder Woman. Actually, she's in there for a pretty long time. Oh, and let me go back to one of the scariest villains. Let's see, where was that? Oh, it was the, yeah, there it is. The villain's in this box. Super twisted, loves to hurt, maim, torture, kill for the fun of it, and you don't really see the person. I mean, this gets violent, but the twisted nature of this villain, I'm not telling you you're going to root for this villain. You're not. And this particular storyline is very interesting, because this is the Tarantula, and she has something that the entire world wants. One thing, the entire world wants it. And heroes, but mostly villains, all the villains want it. And this story, I think, is the best story in here. Every story is great, but this part is so interesting. What she ends up possessing, and how everybody's after the Secret Six because they're trying to transport her someplace else, and how everybody wants what she possesses. It's amazing. So I think that's probably it. I don't want to show anything else because I don't want to spoil it. But this book, I love this book. It is so great the DC put it out, except for the mapping problem, which we already went over. So just make sure you look at the description in the description box, and you will be okay, because it will guide you as to not get it spoiled. But this is a good sign. This shows me that DC's collected editions department is not on life support anymore. It's a little healthy at this point. To put out something like this, Volume 1, I feel confident that there will be a Volume 2, and that's really great. They have a lot of catching up to do to Marvel as far as putting out, they've got a super deep catalog. So I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but this is a good sign to get something like Secret Six. So definitely pick this up. I 100% recommend it. Great book. Peace and love. Peace and love. Please subscribe. Hit the like button and hit the notification bell so you get notified when my new videos go up. And feel free to comment. I'm always interested in what people have to say. Peace and love, peace and love. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love. Be good to each other.